You know what I've always wanted to ask a Mandela?
Yeah.
I'm sure your head is turning now.
So many possibilities.
So many questions. Do you watch any of the movies made about your family?
Oh, yes.
You do?
Yes.
And do you have any one particular one that you like more than the others?
I mean, I must say the most recent movie, which was done on our grandfather, was one of the better ones, I'd say. I really got quite emotional watching that movie, and I remember we had a private screening with Anand Singh. And I was quite moved and touched. I think they told that story the best way they could. You know, it's like, you know, trying to, it's a man's life, and, you know, they tried to, you know, confine it into, you know, a space of a few hours, and I think they did a fantastic job.
And now, speaking of your grandmother, did she watch the Winnie Mandela movie? It's called Winnie.
Yeah, she did. We had to like tie her to the chair and, like, you know, make her watch it.
Really?
No, you know, there was mixed feelings about that movie. But yeah, she has watched a few movies made by her. But I think we plan to kind of make the right movie one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were the mixed feelings?
I think it's a case of a lot more research could have been done. Yeah, let's say that.
All right.
A lot more care could have gone into the preparation of telling the story.
Tell me a little bit more about the private lecture that's going to be happening ahead of the concert.
It entails us really conferring people within the arts and music faculties and fraternity. Hopefully there will be students with a certain level of public participation. We're curating, we're actually fetching those students ourselves, and we're bringing them into the space. And the reason why we thought it would be an ideal sort of concept is because I think the space is longing for an outlet. Music has formed a huge part of a dialogue. It elevates our culture, it communicates our culture, it communicates where we come from. And I think that the people who are in the pipeline in terms of that particular industry need to have a certain level of consciousness around the things that eventually they express in their music. So we want to acknowledge that. But there's a genuine hunger and drive for people to be better and to give back to South Africa, particularly those in the arts. And what we thought was that it would be, you know, a good way to sort of even promote Cape Town and Artscape itself and what it stands for, right? Because they themselves are driving the change in terms of participation of black people and interaction with the actual space. So what better way to do it than to actually open it up a little bit to students for them to actually own that space, take it back, right? We are going to have a workshop themed cutting out the copycats in order to get to your true essence. And I think that's very important these days because we're influenced by so much. Popular culture is driving the way that we speak, the things that we engage about, etc. So we need to all try and find our own unique voices, right? And sell, because it is a commodity, and sell the arts and sell the music. And I think there's something that's particularly attractive about how it's packaged lyrically and in other various ways, right? So we want to engage with that space, and we're trying to once again highlight and elevate the value of music in our everyday society, and that's the rationale really behind the workshop or the lecture that's taking place on the 14th.
And I mean, if I may also add to that, you see, our organization, Mandela Legacy, also just believes that a lot can be achieved through dialogue. And I think it wasn't just about having a concert or musical exhibition. I think there must always be an element where you try, you know, tap into people's heads. You know, what are people thinking? What are they saying? Let's always create a space where ideas can be exchanged. And, you know, hopefully through those ideas, we're able to effect some level of change. But everything should be centered around people talking and the dialogue. So we always want to have that social element to a lot of the things that we do.